this is Misa from itoshigoto. Today I'm going to chat a little bit about what I have been knitting these days. Actually, last weekend, yesterday, and the day before, I was in a mood to cast on everything. And a week before that, I was in a mood to sew project bags. So let me show you some of the stuff I have been working on these days. So here is one project bag I made last week. I have dyed this fabric here, blue one and the pink one, and I actually made one quilt out of it. And I'm editing. I have taken some videos and footage of making this, and I'm going to edit and upload it sometime, but it's actually it was a long project, so it's taking some time. Meanwhile, I have combined some of the scraps and made this bag. I tried quilt as you go method for this bag, and it's so quilted with quilt batting. And this was my first one. I put a blue zipper and this red stripe fabric here is from my kimono pajamas I made in summer. I had just a little bit of long strip, so I put it there and to another one. So here is the second one I made. You can see here I used the same kind of main picture fabric here. I like this series. They have many characters, so I cut them and put it in the middle part. And for this one, I tried to pick up something more dark, I guess. So backside you see this star and this blue fabric. I got them from Yuzawaya. They sell it in small pack. It's for patchwork. So this is the second one, and I bought this metal zipper this time. I used a plastic one for the first one, but I wanted something more durable, so I bought this new metal zipper and tried. I cannot cut down easily this metal part, nor I cannot sew on them with my machine, so I have to be careful handling them, but I really like this. And the last one, the third one I made is this. It's stuffed with a lot of yarn here, but here it is from some old kimono yukata fabric. So this part is from men's yukata, something you put on when you go to sleep or in summer when it's hot. I have a lot of this used kimono, and I I got it to upcycle them and recycle them and turn it to something else. I made a pair of trouser, not a fancy one, but like a pajama one, out of the same fabric. And here, the dark navy one, I bought this for Sashiko project. I made a Sashiko embroidery mat with this for my sister. And on the back side, I have the same fabric, but in different pattern. And I try to quilt freely, like copying this like line, geometric line of this fabric. And what I like about this one is the inside. So here you can see another kimono fabric which we use for like a kimono inner, like a shirt. The under kimono, you wear under kimono. Or you use this for some bedding. I don't know how to call, but for like futon, I guess. It's made out of wool. We call it muslin. I think it's different from what you mean with muslin in English, but we call it muslin. And at one time I have been like I was collecting this kind of fabric like a lot because it's somewhat cute and it has tiny pattern usually like this. It's with leaf and flower, and it's usually in this kind of pastel color. So I have a lot of this, but it is a little bit hard to use it outside because we have this image of wearing this under your kimono. So I think I have found a good solution to use it inside the bag. And I have, so that was all for my project bag sewing. These are from fabric scraps I used for some other projects, and this one is from kimono fabric I saved for upcycling projects. I still have a lot of these fabrics and also in different patterns, so I'm going to make some more of this, I guess, in the near future. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, knitting. So last weekend, I mean yesterday and the day before, I tried dyeing some of the yarn hank skein I had. I dyed one merino, superwash merino yarn in yellow and green, and I dyed another one which is blue-faced Leicester yarn, fingering weight yarn in purple and black speckles, and they left the blue as like you can see here, you can see the pale blue on the base and purple all over, and it's hard to see the black spot, but there are some black speckles I try to put on. Yes, so I'll put the picture of these two skeins I just dyed last weekend. And I have wound this up into bowl, and I really wanted to try knitting and see what this yarn looks like. So I looked through Ravelry and found a shawl project that needs only one skein of fingering weight yarn. And this is it. So here is my Broken Wings shawl. It's designed by Joji Locatelli, and it's my first Joji's pattern I knit. It's lacy shawl. It's so crinkly. I cannot wait to block it, but it has some beautiful zigzaggy lace pattern all over this part, and I think it gradually turned into stockinette. I haven't read the pattern through yet, but I have been enjoying knitting this so far, and I love how this yarn colorway is turning out. It's hard to show you, but it's a pale blue base with purple, and the purple, dark purple part spreads pretty good. I think I really like this. So I cannot stop knitting this. I just want to finish it soon, and I want to see it blocked. So I'm trying to knit this a lot. However, I have a lot of projects right now. So here is actually another ball of yarn I dyed. This is actually the first one of the three I dyed last week. This is just a plain non-superwash wool, pure wool, and I only have 40 grams of this one. But I have another ball which I haven't dyed, and I think I decided to leave it like this and knit a pair of socks out of these two strands. So here it is. It's a beautiful color, beautiful two strands knit sock by Tina Kuu from Finland, and it's all over like patterned with flower. I think it was something with cherry blossom. So I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty warm sock. It's two layered with this pink and white yarn. So, and I tried something I like. So I started knitting from the tip, the toe, and I was holding my main color, which is white, on my right hand, and I had another one, the pink yarn, on my left hand, and it created this balance of two colors until here. and I wasn't sure how this flower was turning out, like, because this pink yarn was too busy. I thought the white yarn should be dominant or more popping out. So I changed the way I hold those two yarns. So I switched main color, the white on my left and the pink on my right hand, and try that for one section, one part, one flower part here. I'm sure you can see for the second layer of the flower, you see in the stripes as well, you see the white more than the pink. Here, I see it in my screen as too. Like, it's so obvious. Like, how I'm surprised how it changed the balance of the two colors. I just changed the way how I hold the yarn, but I ended up liking this better, because for the flower I think the white parts should pop out, but for the stripes I wanted this beautiful pink to pop out, because this is the yarn I dyed, and this is not a main color, but this is actually main for me and for this project, to show off these pinks. So that's what I have been trying, experimenting, and I have made the heel and still have some more to go, but I have enough yarn for the second one, and I can use this much for the rest of the cuff. So I think I have just enough amount of yarn for a pair of socks. I might have to play yarn chicken, but I will do my best. Okay, so I have two more work in progress to show you. One is in this bag. It's another sock. I'm using Novita's Nalle yarn in, I remember it's Cooking the colorway. I'm sorry if I was wrong. I have knit Stephen West Vertices Unite shawl. I knitted two of them, and I used this color for my second one, but I still have a lot left, so I'm combining this with this white yarn. It's from Kaupunkilanka. It's the same weight, so I'm combining them, and it gives you this less busy pattern, less busy like carrying, like compared to the yarn itself. And I have tried two new things for this sock. I tried to knit this cuff. I usually do this like 2x2 rib most of the time, to knit 2 purl, to knit 2 purl. But I tried this cable, mini cable looking pattern for the cuff. It's nothing special. It's just 2x2 rib with twisting 2 stitches each 4 rows, but it looks more fancy, I guess. It gives the sock little bit of twist because it's twisting. I don't know. And for the main part, I'm doing 3 by 1 rib, and I made this part shorter than I usually do. And I'm also trying helix knitting. It's a spiral knitting, like when you want to knit in stripes, but you don't want a jog at the start of the row, start and end point of the row. You can knit in this helix technique, then you won't have jog. But honestly, it doesn't look like a stripe at all. I am using 2 different strands, like 1 by 1, but I'm the only one who can see that, because I know nobody can see that. But obviously I'm making some different colorway, then I just use this yarn. So I think this is my another experiment with this twisted rib, and I mean it's not twisted rib, but like a cable looking rib and a helix. Yes. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. This is going to be a gift for somebody, I think. I'm not sure yet. I don't know how I end up with this experimentation, so I'm not sure yet. And the last project I want to share today is in this bag. It's a Christmas gift for my godchild. We don't have that godchild tradition in Japan, but my husband is Finnish, and we are his best friends, godparents. I think she is going to be around 18 months the next Christmas. So I want to knit something for her for Christmas, and I had some alpaca wool yarn from Novita. I ordered 10 balls of 3 colors of 50 grams balls, so 30 balls of 50 grams alpaca wool yarn. But I had no project in mind. I just bought it because it was on sale. So, but I have now a good project to work with. I have only knitted this much, but this is going to be a girl's dress in this brown, white, and lighter brown, milk tea kind of color, all in natural color, and it comes with pockets, cute pockets. The pattern is from Novita Knits, and I'm knitting for the second smallest size for 89 centimeters tall children or so. I'm not sure if it's the right size, and I think it's going to be bigger than the pattern says, because here, please take a look. This is the gauge knit, like a swatch I knitted before I started, and the pattern called for I don't remember, 5 millimeters. I don't remember, but if you convert it, it was Japanese number 8 needle, and I used it, and I got this gauge, which is kind of loose, and the bottom part was the number 8, and I have to end up with like 10 centimeters in this stockinette part, but it's obviously much longer than 10 centimeters. So I tried number 8, number 7, 6, 4, 6, 5, 4. I tried all the needles I had, and I decided that this is the closest I could get. I could go one more down, but it would be too tight as a fabric for this thickness of yarn. So I actually have a little bit bigger than the pattern calls, like more than 10 centimeters for the stitch count they said. But I decided to go with it. So I'm using, let me check. I'm using Japanese number 4 needle, which is 3.3 millimeters. I remember the pattern called for 4.5 or 5 millimeters, so this is much thinner than what they told me in the pattern. But I don't think I'm a loose knitter. I usually don't have to do something like this, so I wonder if the pattern or the knitter or the designer of the pattern was so tight knitter, or there's something I have mistaken reading the pattern. I don't know, but I'm quite happy with this fabric I get from knitting with this 3.3 millimeter Japanese number 4 needle. I am wondering if this is too big for 1.5 years old girl, but it's fine. She's going to get bigger. She's going to get taller and bigger. Kids are growing, so I'm going to go with it. It's much better than making it big. And I mean, it's much better than ended up with something too small that she cannot wear. So I'm happy with it. I cannot say anything before I knit some more. I don't know. So as you can see, I have so many works in progress. But I'm going to work on this shawl tonight. I think I'm on the last repeat of the section 2. So yeah, I want to see what's happening in the section 3. So I'm going to go work on this. But for now, I have to cook dinner. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this episode. I will try recording what I'm working on. So if you are interested in knitting or sewing or dyeing, those kind of fiber work, I hope these were inspirational for you somewhat. And I will see you again soon.